Welcome back to the Branding Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Praise Santos McKenna of the Branding Studio Come Plum. We are so excited to equip you with this information you need to build profitable brands that you and your clients love. So I'm recording this at the beginning of the year, and I'm really chewing on what is different about 2025. What do our people need to know in 2025 to build brands that people love, that they and their clients love? And you know what it is? It's constantly doing evaluation. It's about self-awareness. It's about auditing and actually seeing where you are, being able to reflect back what you did well in the past year to help you make plans to move forward, what you can continue to say yes to and what you have to start saying no to. So consider this a brand audit for a new year. Maybe you're listening to this in the spring. Consider it spring cleaning, whatever it is. This is a good podcast to listen to if you just want to do some thinking and evaluation while you're driving in the car, whether or not your brand and business is resonating how you intended to. So let's start with our foundations. We talk about brand foundations so much on the podcast, and that's your mission, vision, and values. Mission, it's what your business does today. Vision is the world it's going to create because your business exists. And your values, they're how you do it. They're how they come to be. So the questions to ask you is one, do you have your brand foundation set? And then two, how well did you live it out? How well did you make decisions? What did you say yes or no to in the last year? In your offerings, in how you served your clients that aligned with your mission, vision, and values. What could you have done better? Maybe there was an offering that you put out there that you felt really good about, but then as your audience got hold of it, something didn't feel right. What was wrong with that? Was it not aligned with a certain value? Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe your audience asked you to put out something and you did it and you felt icky about it. Was it because it was not aligned with what you're trying to create in the world? Having your brand foundations clear will help you make better decisions for the future. So there are our brand foundations. But let's talk about our audience. Who are we serving this year? Is it the same people we've served in years past? Do we want to continue to serve them? How did they evolve? How have they changed? What happened in the political climate in the last year or the social climate in the last year that they are affected by? How did their businesses grow? How did their personal lives grow that they need you to adjust your services, or maybe they need you to come up with a new service to meet a new need or a new problem they are facing? Who are these audience members? Also, could you niche out your audience even more? Maybe you say you love serving small business owners, but is there a niche within that? Maybe you love serving small business owners within e-commerce, within retail, within the creative industry. Maybe you have a niche within a niche within a niche. But if you don't take time to really audit and ask yourselves these questions, then you serve too many people. They do say, if you're talking to everybody, then you're talking to nobody. How can you niche out with your audience even more in this new year, in this spring cleaning of your brand, in this brand audit that we're doing today? We also need to talk about not only the people we serve, but also the people who serve our people. What is the competitive landscape like? How is it different this year than last year? How did we acknowledge the competitive landscape? How did it make our industry better? What changes happened? What parts of innovation were we a part of? And what parts of innovation do we need to catch up on to continue to serve our people well? Seeing what other competitors are doing, seeing how they're differentiating, I want you to be inspired by them and not feel threatened by them. When we see the competitive landscape as a place of inspiration, it continues to make our services better, and we can accomplish our visions of the world together because it makes our services and products better. Another key thing I want you to think about, and we just recorded this podcast if you haven't listened to it yet, it's with Erin Perkins of Mabel EQ, and she is a creative consultant who is deaf and blind, and she is helping businesses make their services more accessible. So this is what I want to ask you. How accessible are the services you offer? How accessible are your in-person services? Are your events? Are your content that you're putting out there on email, on social? Are there captions? Are colors contrasted correctly on your website? Is there a way for folks to engage in your services if they are disabled? A great point that she told me is for us to remember we will all be disabled at some point in our life, whether it's long term or whether it's temporary. Let's create a world where people who need our services can access our services. And I know we like to talk about this a lot, but the last point I'm going to make for us to audit is the consistency and cohesiveness of our brand. Oftentimes people will jump immediately to this before they even think about their brand foundations or their brand strategy and their audience and the competitive landscape, and they'll jump immediately to the visuals. This is important, but I also want to put this last, in that I want you to see it as the top building block of all the foundational things we need to do first. So when we're looking at our visual identity, we can ask ourselves, okay, are our colors consistent across our website, social media, email platforms? Are our fonts consistent? Is our imagery consistent? Do we need to make updates? Do we do new things now that we need to change copy or language on our website too? And I want you to step back and also think overall, are the values that I want to exude in our business coming across in the visuals and the graphics and all the content we're creating? Is what I'm putting on our podcast and how they're coming to us as an in-person service, are they aligning? Do they leave with the same impression? Do they leave with the same key brand feelings that I want them to feel? So even though this can be a bit hard to do objectively, this is a great time to ask a friend, to ask past clients, hey, does how you hear from me feel aligned? Does it feel lined up? What can I be doing better? What are parts about our in-person service, the magic, the differentiator of our business? How could I have captured that better online? Ask your friends, ask your audience. People will love to help you. So that is our quick and dirty brand audit. I know this is just a few minutes long episode, but it will take quite a bit of work for you to ask yourselves these questions, to work through the self-awareness of where your brand and business is. But I promise you, as we continue to iterate and improve, our businesses will have a larger impact on the world. Our businesses will do a better job of fulfilling the mission and vision and values that we have for the business and brand. Again, my name is Praise Santos McKenna. I'm your host here at Complum. Let's make businesses that you and your clients love.